All right, I'm back in from the cold.
All right, you all set?
Yeah, I got the damage for you.
Okay.
Sound good? Can we take another seat?
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah, that didn't take you. It didn't take you too long out there, Darren.
No, it just about a half hour or so.
I was watching you. I didn't know how you would get around the side of the house with all that snow.
Yeah, well, you just trudge through it. That's how you do it. So, but that's what the boots are for. So, but did you take a look through the Klein manual at all?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was really neat. I saw some colors in here that I actually really liked. I'm thinking about going with kind of this. It's not white. It's not brown. It's like a lighter beige color. So I saw that, and these houses look pretty good. Looks like
Right.
you guys do some good work.
You looked through the color deck I gave you and everything like that, and
Yeah.
getting some inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, great. You know what? I'll put this aside then, unless you had any other questions on it.
No, I just had some questions about how the scheduling works, but I'm sure we'll cover that.
Absolutely, we can do that for sure. Well, I tell you what, today, like I said, I got this folder here for you.
Okay.
And I'll kind of walk you through what's in it, and this is all for you to keep.
Okay.
And you can actually keep, this is my proposal for you. You can actually keep this with you as well, so that you can kind of hold it all in one spot. But there's a couple items in here that I just want you to take a look at with me. Here's my business card, all my contact info. It's also at the top of my proposal as well.
Okay.
And this here is actually, this talks a little bit more about the scheduling. So this talks about our scheduling, the colors, the pressure washing, so basically everything to expect moving forward, assuming you go with us for the paint job. Okay? So scheduling, what kind of questions did you have on the scheduling?
I was just wondering, like, I know we had talked about how we want to get it done in the first part of the summer.
Right.
And I was just wondering if is it like a first come first serve type of schedule? Do you move people around based on what timing they'd like to have it done?
Yep. Yeah. Well, it is a first come first serve, but the deposit actually you get choice of spot and schedule in the summer. So I know you said by about mid-June you need to have it done, right? So it's kind of neat. It needs to be at the front of the schedule. And right now I'm booked into that about first week in June. So I don't know if that works for you. If you decided to go with me, I could fit you in probably that first week in June. And you'd have to give me, the thing is, you have to give me a week or so either way because of weather.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really like a 3-week window, but when it gets closer, we'd actually narrow it down. And it kind of outlines that here. We'll actually narrow it down to a specific date as it gets closer.
Okay.
But the start of the project, I've also got a note on my proposal here that, we'd have to start early June.
Okay.
Early summer.
Okay.
Does that sound good? And then another couple items in here, again, versus the brush and roll versus spray, references and quality. So this is a little bit about some of our previous work this last year. You take a look at, and then again that list of features and benefits. Here's a quick reference for the products I'd recommend, and actually, again, I'd be recommending the Super Paint. Okay. Frequently asked questions. That was all in the client manual. A lot about College Pro. Again, a little bit more corporate history. We're celebrating our 40th year again. And then, again, this is about I just kind of reiterated our process again, so that you can take a look, so you don't, you can remember what exactly entails my bid.
Okay. Perfect.
Does that make sense? Perfect. Well, that's everything you can keep as well. What I want to do is I just want to go through everything here on the proposal. And then we'll get down to how I broke down the prices.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's cozy up here a little bit. First of all, did I get your name and address and everything right at the top?
Yep, that all looks good.
Awesome. And then there's my contact info as well. And again, you've got my business card over here. Okay. Real quick, we got the 2-year warranty, and we talked about what that would cover. Right? And the $1 million liability insurance and the workers' comp. That basically, what that means is we are fully insured, and basically you wouldn't be held liable if anything goes wrong on the job site.
Okay.
Okay, and not to say that happens, that's a very, very extreme rarity, but if it did, you weren't held liable. I know they said that was something important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. And customer sign-off and rating, job's not done until you're completely satisfied and sign off. And again, we're trying to get a 5 out of 5 on that quality rating card. So That's nothing new. Everything makes sense?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Now here, everything I've highlighted is everything that I have included in the base price. Okay, so I know we talked about breaking it up. I did that for you.
Okay.
Okay, and so everything I've highlighted and marked included is in the base price, and then I broke off. Okay, so that would be for the exterior of the home, the siding, the window frames, and the door frames. None of the doors, because you said you're going to replace those?
Yeah, I am.
Right, okay, so we're not doing that. There's a couple shutters to remove and replace, and a couple downspouts to remove and replace. Okay, and that's everything included. I broke off the garage separate, and I broke off the windows separate, and that would be to glaze and paint the windows.
Okay. So the price that you have that you'll give me includes just the house, and you have separated out the garage and window. So you have prices for those, they're just not in the...
Yep, so I like to do everything is a base price, and then these prices are all, the prices for the garage and the windows and everything would be in addition to the base price, like you said. So that way you can kind of mix and match or just, choose what you want to
Great.
do, right?
Okay.
Again, so included in that would be, this is minor maintenance preparation, the washing, we'll come on pressure wash beforehand like we talked about. The caulking, there really wasn't a ton around the house. That's pretty important to seal that up so that, you're keeping the moisture out. And then also removing or replacing any attachments to the house. That way we don't get paint on.
Okay.
Cool. And then surface preparation, I know you said like we didn't need to get into any heavy sanding or anything like that, but definitely scrape away all that loose and peeling paint. That's what we had talked about, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Priming, spot priming. So again, we don't need to do a full prime on the house. All we'll need to do is do a spot prime on those bare wood areas. So basically, wherever we're scraping is probably going to be down to bare wood, and those areas is the areas we'd prime.
Okay.
That's just like we had talked about. Okay. Now here, this is actually where we would sign off on the colors when that time comes. Okay, but basically we're looking at 2 colors, one for the siding, one for the windows and trim. We'll be doing 2 coats on the siding, 1 coat on the trim. Like I'd circled there, we'll be using this is bid for super paint, and a flat on the siding, and a satin on the windows. The windows, that way, a little bit more durability on those windows, on that window trim, give a little bit more pop. And we'll be using all latex paint. And then again, the final color we can determine. I know we're not ready to decide on that today, but at a later date.
When would I need to know the final color then?
Okay, well the sooner probably the better, but really by May would be nice, so that way I can it helps me schedule things better. But we do have some time to pick that color.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Did you need any other help in choosing a color?
So again, how do I if I pick like a few colors that I want, how would I go about kind of testing to see which one would be best?
Yeah, I tell you what you can do. You can actually go to Sherwin-Williams, and you can actually say you're one of my customers, and you can actually, those quarts you're talking about, you can get my pricing on those quarts, and you can pick up as many as you like, and you can just pay for them then. But the quarts I think they're $5 each.
Okay.
That way, the test patch you actually do, but you can do it on your own time during the spring. But I can get you my discount on the paint to do those test patches.
Great. Okay.
Does that work? Perfect. Right here at the bottom is just the extra job notes that we had talked about. So we'll be doing cleanup daily, obviously, and also we do a full cleanup on the job completion. Mandatory use of the drop cloths, and I did know, like I said, I just made note that there were a few existing drips.
Yeah.
And you saw that too. Just we want to make sure it looks good, but we also don't want to take responsibility for other painters' actions.
Yeah.
Right? Now, in terms of the time of the project, like I figured this would probably be about a 2 to 3 day project.
Oh, okay.
And is that within the scope of what you were?
Yeah,
you
that's
were thinking
great.
about? Okay.
That's great.
Okay, great.
How many guys would you have out here?
I have 3-person crews, and I don't have all my painters hired yet, but I have 3-person crews. So I have a job site foreman on every crew, and I also have 1 to 2 painters on a crew. So I actually have somebody in charge on the job site at all times.
Okay. Now, what type of experience do these painters have, Darren?
Well, I've actually, they're all pretty much college students. Okay, so it's not like we've been out here painting for 20 years. But what we do have is we have a ton of heart, and you know, we get trained through College Pros. College Pros been around for 40 years. We go through a formal training program to train my painters, and a lot of these, you know, I'll be very honest, a lot of these painters, it'd be their first summer painting, but by the time we'd be out there in June, we'd be good to go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have formal training on existing job sites before the summer starts,
Okay.
and then before I really let my crews loose onto paying customers.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you have training on sites. They would be painting a house. It wouldn't be like my job is the first thing that these painters touch.
Yeah, I mean that's the legitimate concern is you know how much experience do college students really have. You know, my biggest comeback to that is my painters. I personally hire all my painters. So if my thing is if you trust me to paint your house, you can trust anybody I'm going to be hiring and managing to do the work because I'm basically making a promise here to you today, and I'm going to do everything to make sure I deliver on that promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know painting's not that hard. So.
Well, here's the thing. It's not rocket science. It takes a little bit of know-how and a little bit of knowledge, or it takes some knowledge and know-how, and that's what I provide, and that's what College Pro provides me. But the biggest thing I think with my painters, college students, is they're not this isn't